What's good? What's mobbing? I hope all is well, man. I had a good night tonight, man. Tonight I did my youth group on Hit Squad. It's an amazing group of men. You know, we're studying what the gospel really is. And some really great questions, man. I'm proud of these dudes, man. You know, I wish I'd have been part of something like this at a younger age. Definitely would have altered my life in a lot of ways, but I'm also understanding that that's a human thought. That my life is exactly where it was supposed to be for what I was meant to do. Let's get into today's verse though, man. 1 Peter 5:6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. You know, a lot of the times when trouble comes, we always seek our own measure, you know, our own method, our own remedy. And I think it's a natural thing to do, but it's not a godly thing to do all the time, you know. I know God will tell us to move in certain ways. We definitely shouldn't be inactive and do nothing, but we should also know that our will to be out of a certain situation or a desperate situation or uncomfortable situation should be according to the glory of which God can provide through his means on his time. So, I mean, what I mean by that is, like the verse says, we have to humble ourselves. I mean, you reflect on Jesus's life. Here was a man that was perfect, unblemished. I mean, everything, you know, good. And yet he was still mistreated and persecuted. And in that, never did he resort to the tactics of trying to fix it on his own. He too went and prayed in the garden. He shed tears. He hurt like we hurt. But he knew that the connection was with his Father, the mighty hand of God, to lift him out of that situation in due time. And so it is with us, man. You know, you might be on the stormiest sea ever in your life. Homie, lean back, lay back, take a nap. You know, and it's the hardest thing to do. I mean, I haven't perfected it, but I know what I'm supposed to do in my times of trouble. I know who I'm supposed to turn to. And so, you know, if we can understand that, if we could fix it, we wouldn't be in that trouble in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, sometimes I struggle for the words to say, and I pause, and you're probably like, this dude losing it. But like, I really just want to try to express what it means to me, like what God the Spirit has told me that these scriptures mean and how we're supposed to act. So understand that being humble, you know, it applies to, they're obviously talking about troubled situations, but sometimes the trouble isn't a worldly thing, it's a human thing. And with that said, you have to understand that humility is a strength. You know, save not soft embodies that sentiment. You know, and when we're dealing with men, we become prideful, and we don't want to humble ourselves, thinking that we'll be weaker than them, that we'll be less than. And that's pride, man. We got it twisted. You know, Jesus humbled himself and had no reason. I mean, if you think about it, he was never in the wrong, you know. Why do I have to humble myself? I'm not wrong. But he understood that it was never about him. It was about the Father's will. And so if we can remember that, man, I think we can go a long way with it, man. A long way, man. But that's my word for today, man. I encourage you guys to get out and get it. Be the best you. People are gonna challenge you. They're gonna test your patience. A lot of stuff, man. But God is omnipotent. He's omnipotent too, but he's omnipotent. There's nothing he can't do. So if we know this and we lean on him and allow it to be in his time, we'll always be exalted. He cares for his own. We're part of his household, man. man. So y'all remain in that. Get out and get it. Be strong. Be faithful.